Hey y'all, welcome back. We are looking at Class Dojo today. One thing that I would like to point out to you is that when you are creating your actual account, make sure that you put in our school's full name. There are a couple different um, George Herbert names out there when you are trying to register. So just make sure that you put in the entire school name. That way you get our actual Class Dojo um, account. So once you actually make your account, then it'll send a message to the Class Dojo mentors and monitors, and they'll get on quickly and they will approve you. And so everything will be good from there. So when you create your account, this will be your teacher dashboard. You'll be able to see any classes that you have created or any classes that have been shared to you, which is such a great best practice for Class Dojo to share your classes with your team. That way, as you guys are doing things like going to recess or going to lunch, you'll have ways to help communicate positive and um, behaviors that you would like to curve. And it just gives a sense of unity for the team, like every teacher matters on the team. So, first things first, you are going to create your class. So, you have a blue button right here that says new class. You are going to press that new button and then you are going to type your classroom name. You can pick your grade level. So, I will say this is Miss Boykin. I will say 5C. Not really sure what my section is yet, but I'll just throw 5C on there. You can always go back in and edit. And then 5th grade. And then right here, you can pick what kind of points you share. So do you only want to share positive? Do you want to share all? Do you not want to share any? I like to share all of my points, but of course, that's up to you. Use your teacher discretion for that. And then you create your classroom. Now you have your Class Dojo class. So you can start to add students right here where it says add students. You can type in their name. Here is the awesome part about Class Dojo. If the student was enrolled in a previous grade level, so if I'm teaching 5th grade, I can start typing in students, and what will happen is they'll pop up in our directory and I can just add them. Their parents' email and phone numbers will transfer over with them. That way you don't have to um, email and message parents and ask them to rejoin. So all of their information is going to roll over. The only thing that doesn't roll over are the Class Dojo messages. So you'll start fresh with messages and you won't be able to see the previous teacher's messages, which is fine. So you can start adding names. So you'll notice right here that I am trying to add Courtney Boykin, and Courtney was already in Mrs. Davis's class. So I am just going to click to add her to my classroom, and then I would save. Now, if you have a list of students that you would like to add, you can import that from Word or you can import that from Excel. It's going to have their first name, last name. It'll add it as a group, but they'll have individual monsters when they actually log on. So I'm going to save this and you'll see that we have 100% connected, but that is because Courtney rolled over from a different class and her parent was already connected. So that is awesome. And we'll just press that X. So the next thing that I want to look at is some different settings that you have as the teacher in your classroom. So we're going to go right here to options and we are going to pick edit class. Right here, you can also add students. Right here is your info. So where we typed in Miss Boykin 5C, you are more than welcome to change that. If your classroom changes or your name changes during the year, whatever that looks like. You can also select your icon. This is a reading classroom, so I'll throw those books right there. Students, so there are your classroom login codes. So you can, this is for your students to log in. So if you want to do a QR code or a letter code, you can. This is great when you're looking to use those student portfolios. The QR code doesn't change. So once you print those QR codes, they will be the same. The students can just scan them and keep it moving. I do want to warn you though about the text code. When you press the text code, it will last for 48 hours. So as long as the students stay logged in, they should be fine. But if they log out of their student portfolio, you'll have to regenerate a new code. So I usually do QR code. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And then this is my class QR code. So I can actually post this by the computers, by the library, wherever they would probably use their student portfolio. And then the kids will just scan it and then they will click on their name. Super easy for them to use. You also have the option to do at-home logins. So you can send a message right to the parents to show them how to help their kids log in. Okay, you have your parents right here. You can send individual invites. So I can actually download invites for my parents, print these out, and then send them home with the kids. This is their actual Class Dojo code that they need. So I'll also show you how you can go in and just send a text right to them so it goes right to their phone. They click a link. Here are your skills. This is one of the best things about Class Dojo. So there's some positive skills, and then you also have your needs work skills. You can go in and edit these. So you can like press persistence and you can edit the name of it. You can also edit the points. If you decide this is not really a skill that I want to have, you can also just delete it. Or you can add a new one. You can change the little icon right there to whatever you would like it to be, and then it will add right there. You can change how many points it is, which is great for the needs work side too. So you can add skills. You can add warnings. So maybe this is an off task warning. So you don't want to take away any points just yet. You want to give them a chance to fix it. So you'll just keep the weight at 0. And then when you click it, it won't take away points, but it will give like a doink sound. So the kids will know like, ooh, something's going on, what happened? And so they can have a chance to self-correct it. Maybe that warning didn't work. So now this is an off task and we're gonna make it -1 point. And then you can pick which one you use. So I might use a thumbs down for this. Or I saw a little cloud. And so now I have these. So now when I go over here to Courtney, I can decide, okay, you know what? You are doing a great job. You are on task. Thank you so much. It'll give them a little ding sound. Thank you for participating. Wow, such a great job. Uh-oh, we're walking down the hall and you are just, really need to get your attention right now. So I'm going to say that you were off task. Now, I can add a note. We are teachers and sometimes we just don't remember 3 weeks ago why someone lost a point. So a lot of times I'll go right here to add note and I will add a note. This way, when the parents log on and they're looking to see what they lost a point for or what the warning was for specifically, they can see, oh, okay, I don't really have to ask Courtney and get her opinion. I mean, I can ask her to see what she tells me, but I already know that you're having a hard time in the hallways because you're running, playing, da da da, and now we can talk about it. So I like to add notes when I take away points just so I can remember and also the parents can just know right away. So this is just your basic Class Dojo features. If you want to invite parents again, you can just click right here on the plus. Courtney already has a parent invited, but let's say that, maybe I want to connect another parent. Mom's connected and now dad's wanting to be connected. So I can just press right here to where it says connect another parent and I can type in a phone number. Once I type in that phone number, it's going to send a text directly to that parent. They can click a link, they can join, easy peasy. You can also add other teachers to your classroom. This is great. So you can type their email in here to add them, or you can simply just click on a name to add them to your, so I'm going to add Mrs. Davis to this class because I want her to be involved. It says connection pending. It's going to send her a message. I'm going to remove her. I don't want her to think I'm really adding her, but I just wanted you to see that you can actually add. It's always a good idea to add your specials teachers so they can communicate. Ms. Hughes, our librarian, our tag teacher, just so everyone has an open line of communication with parents as we're working through. And then you also have your settings. You can decide if you want to have comments. And so I let the parents comment like on the class story and the portfolios. I have not yet turned on my student comments. You can if you want to, but I feel like we need a little bit of practice on what appropriate comments to leave on class stories. Until we actually do that, I'm going to leave that turned off. So we actually looked at today how to add a student to your classroom, how to add points, negative and positive. We looked at, one more thing that we'll look at before we go is how to message our parents. So right there is a messages. You have the choice to message all parents. So for example, if I had 30 parents connected, I could just send to all parents. You'll notice right here it says message all parents. Now, not only can you message parents with your words, you can also add a picture. You can browse and attach it. You can also add a file. You can browse and attach it, and then you can send it. So that is awesome. Or you can just message the individual parent instead of messaging the entire classroom. So we'll go back to that so you can see that. So I'm going to go back to Miss Boykin 5C. I'm going to go to my messages, and I'm just going to click on Courtney's parent, and now I can start messaging. One of the great things about Class Dojo is we have a lot of parents who English is not their first language. So now when we send a message, they can actually translate it into over 35 languages, which is so nice. We've had a couple parents who spoke Arabic or Farsi, Spanish, and so now they can translate it, and it makes it just a little bit easier for us to be able to communicate back and forth, and for the parents not to get frustrated, and then also for us not to get frustrated. So thank you so much for joining. We will continue to look at different features that Class Dojo has. See you next time.